Hello everyone, this is Arissa. Thank you for coming back to my channel. So earlier this year in the month of May, I was invited by Diptyque to Paris for a very important launch. It was under embargo until 31st of August, which explains why this video was so late. As usual, we are traveling out of Singapore's Changi Airport, but what made it different this time was the fact that I'm traveling by Air France instead of my usual Singapore Airlines. It's my first time flying business class on Air France, and I was actually pleasantly surprised by the whole experience. For those of you who didn't know, I was actually working as a cabin crew for Singapore Airlines, but that was more than 10 years ago. We were always told that Singapore Airlines is the best airlines in the world, but I felt that the crew on Air France were really sincere and hospitable. They are so kind and warm, and they would go around introducing themselves before the flight and thanked each and every one of the passengers before landing. The seats were also great. There's flat beds in business class, but what I really enjoyed was the privacy door, so it felt like I had my own little cubicle on the plane. I was mainly just eating, working, editing videos. By the time I actually made the bed and took a nap, I want to say nap, but it was actually maybe 5 hours. After I woke up, we had the second meal, and just like that, time flew by and we were in France. The journey to the baggage collection was quite an ordeal, especially after a 14-hour flight. There was a lot of walking, even a shuttle service to the main terminal, but I finally collected my luggage and made my way to the city. Here's a quick room tour. I stayed at Madame Rive. The highlight of the room are these slanted windows, and Diptyque was kind enough to leave some gifts for me along with a gorgeous bouquet. By the time I checked in, it was actually late evening, even though it didn't look like it. So I just rested, cleaned up, and got ready for the next day. I had some time in the morning before the event starts proper, so I paid a visit to the Celine store. There was actually a pair of shoes I was looking for. I do have a haul video coming up for this, so please look out for it. It's a pair of Spring-Summer 2023 Mary Janes, and the Celine store at Montaigne was the only one that had it, so I went in to try on the size, and I did end up getting it. Our first stop for Diptyque is 34 Boulevard Saint-Germain, Diptyque's first store. On the second floor houses one of the three founders' office, as well as their archives. I got to learn so much about Diptyque's start as a concept store and how they were designing fabrics and curating homeware before they started making candles and home fragrances. The streets of Paris never fails to amaze me. I mean, how can a city be this beautiful with its light and its architecture, and just look at that sky? I had a little bit of time to spare, so I dropped by my favorite secondhand store and ended up picking this Spring-Summer 2020 Dior boots from the store. It was such a good find. Then in the evening, it was off to a Philharmonic concert, and it was such a perfect end to the evening of our first full day in Paris. I appreciated how Diptyque didn't pack the schedule with activities, and I actually had some free time to explore the city. I started the morning with a trip to Les Mondes de Diptyque, which has one of the most beautiful gardens. It's May, which means it's wisteria season, but I think I missed it by a few days or maybe just a week. There are some wisteria left, but it's not the gorgeous full bloom we often see on Instagram. Then I made my way down to the event space for Diptyque to unveil their biggest launch of the year. Les Mondes de Diptyque, or the Worlds of Diptyque, opens a new chapter for them. It's their first refillable candle, and this collection of 5 candles are inspired by various locations like the Renaissance gardens of Italy, the lush jungles of Mexico, the porcelain town of Jingde in China, the moss garden in Kyoto, Japan, and the Native American lands of Colorado. Each of these candles conjures an olfactory memory, and the Les Mondes de Diptyque launches officially on 31st of August, so I'm happy that I'm finally able to talk about it after what seems like an eternity keeping this a secret. I had some time after the event before I had to leave for the airport, so I was just taking in the sights and doing a little bit of shopping. I don't know about you, but I really love the departmental stores in Paris. There's nowhere in the world with stores this beautiful. My favorite is Samaritan with its gorgeous Art Nouveau architecture. Lunch was French onion soup and beef bourguignon because I'm basic like that. Then it's more shopping along Boulevard Haussmann before I had to leave for the airport. Thank you for joining me on this whirlwind experience in Paris, and thank you Diptyque for flying me out and allowing me to completely immerse myself in the history and design language of the brand. Like, subscribe and all that good stuff. I will see you back at the channel with a new video soon.